Well, just in time for the holiday season, Second Harvest Heartland and Brooklyn Park received a sizable contribution from the state. Lieutenant Governor Peggy Flanagan was on hand to announce the distribution of $5 million to food shelves across Minnesota.
This is powerful, life-changing work, and we cannot take keeping people's bellies full for granted.
That money comes from ARPA funds. Second Harvest Heartland CEO Allison O'Toole says she's grateful for the money, as Second Harvest is on track to distribute nearly 130 million meals this year. She says that need continues to grow.
Food prices, gas prices fluctuate. A bunch of federal supports sunsetted earlier this year, and we're seeing the impact of that. Families are still struggling, and they're struggling at historic rates.
O'Toole encourages anyone who can to volunteer at and donate to local food shelves and pantries. The majority of Brooklyn Park residents support chicken keeping and city water softening. This is according to a new survey. The Brooklyn Park City Council recently reviewed the 800 resident survey, which was conducted by a third party in September and October. 81% of those surveyed support building city water softening facilities. 68% of respondents support chicken keeping. The survey data also sparked a debate about the validity of surveys and who should be able to answer questions.
I'm not one that strongly believes in your survey or surveys, period, because it does not include everybody.
Even on these key issues of the day, like chickens, I want to make sure that I'm hearing from the renter's perspective in terms of chickens.
That survey was conducted with a random sample of Brooklyn Park residents. What makes a leader? The CEO of a Plymouth company has a special perspective on that question. As Corey Bork reports in this week's Business Matters, this company leader recently received a special honor.
I am an entrepreneur, so I have started several businesses. This one I've had for 26 years.
Inside Charter Solutions in Plymouth, Dee Thibodeau is always making connections.
Let me try Deb. I'll try Deb.
The CEO of this technology consulting and data analytics firm embraces a challenge.
This is where I'm working all the time.
She has an office full of awards to prove her impact.
My big thing is make things happen.
It's an example she sets for her company of 85 employees.
All the awards are for the whole company. It's not me. No, absolutely not.
We're working on helping a client set up their voicemail systems.
Employees like Darren LaPointe.
Dee's fantastic. She's a powerhouse.
Feed offer energy.
Dee is so incredibly well connected. There's so many different opportunities, and she's willing to give people the chance to really blossom in the field.
Working in a male-dominated field didn't deter Thibodeau from rising to the top.
Yes, technology is dominated by male, but I have a ton of great male friends. And I just think that if you don't look at it like that, if you just look at it, how can you be successful in what you're doing? That's the most important thing.
She wants to set an example for other women.
If I can just help make one other woman successful because she has heard my story or she knows the types of things that I'm involved in, it'll be worth it.
And setting examples she has.
This is NABO Hall of Fame.
Thibodeau was recently inducted into the National Association of Women Business Owners Hall of Fame.
And it's like, aha, you've kind of arrived.
She hopes it shines a light on other women entrepreneurs.
This is wonderful for all women who run businesses because we don't get enough publicity. People don't know enough about how many are actually successful in business.
The honor has her thinking about her employees.
We have fantastic people.
And what's next for her company.
I love to look at new things and be out there and see what new opportunities are and how we can really expand.
In Plymouth.
I don't ever want to retire.
Corey Bork, CCX News.
Charter Solutions is largely focused on healthcare clients, but it's moving into other industries too. The company also plans to expand to other regions of the country. Their headquarters will stay in Plymouth. A Plymouth woman with a background in musical theater has found a new role for herself, but this gig has nothing to do with acting on stage. Delane Cleveland introduces us to this resident Plymouth princess.
Good morning! During the holiday season, it's important to brush up on your table manners.
These are things that we all need to learn.
Emily Doherty is one of the dozens of parents who signed their kids up for this etiquette class.
The knife always goes closest to the table.
A class taught by none other than Alice in Wonderland.
Lots of British people sound really proper, so it seemed like the right person to teach an etiquette class. So I've been doing this for 3 or 4 years.
The woman playing the role of Alice is Nicole Fenstead,
I've come all the way from England across the pond.
who can turn on a British accent with the flip of a switch, thanks to a long career in musical theater. Her performance on this non-traditional stage is a delight to children and adults alike.
Like, princesses are very big right now, and it gets kids excited about an event. And like, I'm excited about the etiquette part of this, but having a princess here makes my kids get here, because telling them we're doing a manners class isn't as exciting.
Yes,
Very good.
princesses are big business.
You go on your show as well.
This Saturday morning class in Edina is one of 750 events Fenstead will do throughout the course of the year with her company, Princess Party Pals, which she launched 15 years ago.
And now in 2023, they've been busier than ever. From birthday parties to school visits to special events to Parks and Rec story times in the summer, all those types of things. To Rascal Island we go.
We last spoke with Fenstead in 2020 when she let us into her Plymouth home and showed off her vast collection of costumes and wigs. During the pandemic, she had to do many of her parties virtually.
So I want everyone to sit down.
Now, 3 years later, she and her team of 8 are a full-blown force in children's entertainment here in the Twin Cities, bringing joy, and in this case, table manners, to people of all ages.
Being able to teach etiquette or whatever it is, whether it's just good manners in a princess party or teaching kids to be brave, maybe at a hospital or a superhero visit, it's the best.
In Edina, Delane Cleveland, CCX News.
The high school girls swim season is over. Breck finished 4th in Class A. Class AA teams completed their finals after that.
The Class AA finals Saturday night with Edina looking to defend its state title. 200-yard medley relay championship heat. The Maple Grove team of Morgan Thompson, Libby Bacher, Maddie Hetland, and Kaya Flaherty finished in 3rd place with a time of 1 minute 47.15 seconds. 200-yard freestyle. It's Lucy Troyak of Wayzata in lane 8 swimming to a 6th place finish with her time of 152.88. Troyak also finished 6th in the 500 free. 200-yard individual medley. Maple Grove junior Libby Bacher swims to a 4th place finish. Her time 2:03.60. She later placed 3rd in the 100-yard backstroke. 2 local girls made the finals for diving. This is Maple Grove's Ellis Landry. She finishes with 415.8 points for all of her dives and places 6th overall. Wayzata's Ashley Moyenga was 2 spots better. The freshman with 431.6 points comes in 4th place. The Trojans finished 4th as a team in the meet with the Crimson in 5th. 200-yard free relay. The Maple Grove team of Thompson, Charlotte Woods, Flaherty, and Bacher finished with a time of 136.88 to finish 5th. Edina would go on to win the team title again.
After a runner-up finish last fall, the Robbinsdale Hopkins Mound West Tonka Robins aimed for a PI Division championship at the State Adapted Soccer Tournament. Jay Wilcox has the highlights.
Robbinsdale Hopkins Mound West Tonka Robins PI Division team looking to finish an unbeaten season as they face Minneapolis South for the state title. After a scoreless first half, the Robins' Jose Leon Estrada gets the goalie to commit and tucks the ball into the open net as the Robins grab a 1-0 lead a minute into the second half. Jada Johnson sends a long ball ahead that caroms to Hector Vega Flores, and his quick shot sneaks through the goalie and in as the Robins go up 2-0. Estrada banks it off a South player and then off the wall. He stays with it to nudge it over the goal line to give the Robins a commanding 3-0 lead. South gets on the board as Nick Stalock sneaks a long shot into the net to give the Tigers hope at 3-1. But it's the Robins winning at 4-1 to capture the state title.
They were going to make up for the second place finish last year. As great as that was, they knew that they had one more spot they wanted to get, and to see this group work all season long and come together and just play like a team. So it was just an all-around fantastic experience for everybody.
Jay Wilcox, CCX Sports.
One of Minnesota's best ever girls basketball players, maybe the best, made a return to the Twin Cities this weekend, and was warmly welcomed.
An hour after the Gopher women's basketball game with Connecticut ended Sunday, UConn junior Paige Beckers was still engaging with fans. It was her first game at Williams Arena since her Hopkins High School career ended here over 3.5 years ago.
Surreal in a way. I grew up coming to games here, grew up watching a lot of players play here. And for me to be the one taking the court in a game I used to watch was kind of crazy.
The man who recruited Paige to UConn, Gino Oriema, felt like he was coming home too.
I should have probably rented an apartment up here. I was up here so often. I saw so many games that that Paige played over, her high school career.
Playing the Gophers also meant Paige was once again matched up with former high school foes like Wayzata's Mara Braun and faced her old Hopkins teammate Amaya Battle. Coming off an ACL injury that caused Beckers to miss all of last season, it's just good to compete again.
It makes you never take anything for granted. A year ago, I was unable to play the whole season, so it just makes you really enjoy every second, enjoy every moment.
Fans that came out Sunday hoping to see a Gophers win might have been disappointed. Fans of Paige Beckers most definitely were not.